Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones.
Good evening, this is Dr. Bones live at the Bones Studio, and today my guests are here in studio with me, Bodhi Jar. What's going on, guys?
Hey.
So let's do a quick roll call here. Everybody introduce themselves.
Andy, I'm singer.
Drew, guitar.
I'm Dakota, and I play drums.
And our bass player.
Anthony's here in spirit.
Yeah.
So guys, first off, the name Bodhi Jar, obviously it's kind of unique. So how did you guys come up with that? Was it like a drinking night or like? It's like...
We had a good amount of deliberation on it, but Bodhi essentially means the path to enlightenment. So we just that's kind of how we write our music. It's like, it's just whatever comes out in the jam is kind of how it comes.
Right.
And that's how it, generally just how songs are written.
Yeah.
And like,
But so the band name, is essentially supposed to just be containing your own path to enlightenment.
Right on. Well, we can get into Production X. So you started off with that, so let's continue.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot of jamming. It's just four dudes in a room
Trying to
raging
race
out for a while.
Yeah.
And then once we land on kind of a riff or whatever we like, just roll with it and
kind of see where it goes.
yeah.
So
Mull it around a bit.
right. So it's not just one person's a group effort all the time.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
totally always the
Someone
four of
like
us.
come up with the original riff or like jam, but like we usually just kind of like put our own spin on it.
No, it's always an interesting question to me, just because the fact that it can work so many different ways and so many different levels. Like each band's got their own formula for how they do their songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some bands it's kind of like almost some of them one man show here with the lyrics and everybody kind of puts in. Then a lot of other bands kind of get together and then they jam together and then just like you guys do and figure out like, no, this sounds good. And but I would imagine at some point you got to have a few issues, like not like heavy issues, but kind of like butting heads maybe. So you got to kind of make a group decision. So have you guys ever kind of I guess made a decision and ended up in a tie?
Yeah. Well,
Indecisive.
sometimes like one of us will start the song and then like on our own. But
Right.
when we bring it to everyone else, you kind of have to give it up a bit. Like it's not
Right.
yours.
yeah.
Idea.
No one's ever came up with a song completely by themselves.
Yeah.
There's always been contributions to it.
I was just going to ask if it's hard to let that stuff go because if it's personal, it's kind of I would think it's going to be hard to say like, well, let's play this, but just be gentle with it. Like
Yeah.
don't destroy my baby sort of thing, right?
It's
So,
like it's hard to like make a suggestion too because you know that they put so much work into it.
well, and I can completely see that just because people don't know until they listen to different bands and just even just the show in general, listen to how much work and effort's put into the music that's created because it's most of the bands almost all the bands I talk to are all indie, which is awesome, but they're also not like these run of the mill kind of let's get put together and be one hit wonder then gone disappeared. And and that's it's a different industry altogether right now, right? Because a lot of it's DIY, and it's harder to kind of break in the scene. That's why the indie scene is growing so massively and rapidly, is because people want to see that stuff. And it's just always like a treat to hear what you guys do, because I've heard some like weird stories of how bands work, and not just like one person show, but one guy like he had a dream and then that was a song like the next day. It's like that's pretty
That's
effing
pretty
crazy.
cool,
Yeah. So, but it all goes differently. So I know you guys have been together a while. So how did you guys meet? Like, what's the kind of background story? Were you friends in high school or what happened?
Like Dakota and I have known each other for like 10 years. I don't know, something like that. And we formed like a band before this. Then we came to London.
in college.
Well, there's the next question is when you guys started, excuse me, when you guys met each other, you guys started jamming, did you guys have like a set idea in mind, or can you just kind of start jamming and said, well, no, this sounds good, we'll go with this, or let's change this up a little bit? And...
It was a weird way.
We the first song we tried was probably the hardest song we still even try and play, which was a Mars Volta song.
No way.
Like, let's just try and cover the
Not into it. We're like,
Okay, that's cool.
like whatever. So
You
we
know-
went out to the cafeteria. There was like 4 people there. It was like midnight on a Saturday, and Anthony's one of them. We're like, "Yo, man, you play bass, right?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "We're like, come here." And we're like, I'm gonna show you this riff. It's 11/8 time. And he just picked it up, and we just kind of started going there.
Wow,
So
no,
we
that's
spent
impressive because I mean, I huge fan of Mars Volta. I've seen them live, and
Oh,
I remember them the first time because before they became Mars Volta, they were at the drive-in.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Cedric, the singer live, that guy is effing
Unreal.
insane. Because the show I saw, I was no, but luckily, you know, I saw this show like maybe a week or two before Mike D rode into a ditch on his bike and dislocated his shoulder, and then probably 2 months after that, they're like, no, we'll give you your money back, blah blah, and that sort of thing. And then 2 months later, fucking rage breaks. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me! Like I'm so lucky I saw this show, but I was like, this, hard luck for anybody else who hasn't seen it before, right?
Yeah.
But the craziest thing he did, man, he was on stage and he didn't have a cordless mic. The mic was on a cord, and during called it's on crematorium. It's like track 10. Anyways, point being is he had the mic going around. He had it whipping out using his neck and whipping around his neck and bringing it back around. I was like, holy crap! And you gotta be impressed with 5 little Mexicans just giving her, right? You know, like in short little guys, like.
insane.
Yeah,
I wish I could have seen Mars Volta. We got to see Annie Mask. Like we went as a
Nice.
band because we're like, this is as close as it's gonna get.
Yeah, because Volta's done at the drive-in had their one reunion in Coachella.
Yeah, well, because they did because they were doing both at the drive-in and Mars Volta,
Yeah.
and then their guitarist Omar Rodriguez had Bosnian Rainbows.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
that.
So, yeah.
I actually had that album signed by him.
Oh no way!
On vinyl, yeah.
Right on, like that was
Yeah.
like a huge fan of those guys because they're
Oh, yeah.
they're so
Terry.
diverse and even they're a Sparta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sparta was
Everything good came from it.
Yeah, I know, but it was still like I bought Wiretap Scars, so I was totally into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
But-
they're sweet.
But that's sorry, I was trying to sidetrack here a bit, but that's cool. When you say you want to cover Marshall Dakota Packs, it's like, oh my god, like, and I was just thinking about that because I was listening at the other day, like,
We're huge Mars Volta.
Yeah,
you
we're all
like
fans.
up that hill goes the last of my crumbs, like,
Yeah.
so.
That's totally cool.
So, we and I was really impressed. And what I was talking to you guys about before we got on air is you're the first band ever, literally ever, to cover the Chili Pepper song "Singing Benevito," and like that blew me away. It's like, holy crap! Like, really, this is awesome. And I got a buddy with me. He's like, "Only hear this song before?" It's like, "No, it's like, are you kidding me?" Like,
Wayne's World.
yeah, exactly. Wayne's World too, man. Like, yeah. So it was awesome. Like, it was really cool to see. Now, do you guys cover that every show, or do you have like a cover or two that you throw in at every show?
Yeah, we mix it around.
We try to mix it around, yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, we try to keep it mostly our own music, but we'll put in 1 or 2 covers.
like,
So we try to change it every show.
because we usually jam in between it.
Right.
It's just a good song.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's hard not to. It's like, yeah, we should bust that out.
Yeah.
Oh man, like I was singing right along. Like I was gonna do it right
Pure
away.
nostalgia.
So yeah, that was really good for me because I remember the first time I heard that song. So it's like I like look for it, go right away, so grab it. It's just like Soul Squeeze too, right? It's one of those like random
One
songs,
of
but
those
so
B-sides there, just
that's
like,
right.
incredible.
So I was just thinking about this too. Is like you guys have such like a heavy stage presence. Like I mean, you really kind of give each time. Now, before you get on stage, is there any like maybe like pre-show rituals that you do that we can speak up on air?
Yeah. It's pretty lame to be honest. Like,
it's pretty lame.
We've got a little chant that we do every show. Basically, everybody just tosses the hands in and then fucking huck it, chuck it, football.
That's it. That's what we do every show. We don't think we haven't done it. I think that one time we didn't do it.
One time.
I wasn't expecting that response, but you're right. So we're going to take a quick little break here, and we're going to play a song off your new EP, which comes out next Friday. You guys are playing Rum Runners on Dunnes, and I will be there front and center for sure.
Should be a good one.
And we're going to kick it off here with Cellar Door. Dig this. This is Bodhi Jar.
On the walls of my skull, so that the ever-pressing end is all I'll see. Your muffled words ring out inside my head. Tell me from my state, this is meant to be. As it turns to stay, oh, come crashing in. Posture in a world you've yet to see. Belief eludes before the gifts that I've received. Impossibilities to bring it to its knees. Death will walk beside me while the living all abide. The unacknowledged will to bend and bleed. These pages seem to understand the purpose of these things. Whispers underground, sinking to the skin, sweat beats up again. One revolution, the receiver is the bridge. Death will drag the rest. She was color amongst the mundane. He lit the path so I could see. After her life and the pieces fall into place. Behold the picture as it was meant to be.